you play the clarinet, that can definitely happen to any student. So my tutorial today is to help educators and other musicians know how to fix that tone for specifically the upper range of the clarinet. Now, there are 3 techniques that you can do, and I will show you what they are and how you can teach students how to achieve a better sound than what you heard before. The first technique is to use fast air. Now, I'm sure a lot of educators tell their students, you gotta push more air, push, use your diaphragm, push more air. But there's a specific way to structure your mouth for the clarinet. I'm going to assume that the student can form a correct embouchure. Now, if they can't, that will be a separate point that we will address. But to help with air speed and using the correct amount and force of air, we need to make sure that the tongue is not low, but the tongue is high inside the mouth. The vowel that you can use is th or e, and that makes sure that the tongue is hitting towards the roof of your mouth. Now you can say that to students, oh, e, but you can also bring in some props to help. I have a prop here that I like to use for my students, which is a cleaning tool for computers or any electronic device, and they need to hear that sound. And that's actually the speed that a musician or a clarinetist should maintain while playing. Taking that technique that we just discussed and moving to the clarinet, let's go back to that high range, right? Our sound was, the air is not enough, it's too slow. So we have to quicken the air by just putting our tongue high, and we should get a better result. What you can do to really demonstrate to the kids is pull the clarinet out when the note comes, so it shows how fast the air really is. And you can actually try to match that sound. Our second point today ensures that the student has the correct amount of mouthpiece in their mouth. It is possible to not have enough or have too much. When you don't have enough mouthpiece in your mouth, then it's very easy to get that grunting or undertone sound that we've been trying to eliminate, right? So, no good, right? And if you put too much mouthpiece in your mouth, then you'll probably get a squeak or an overtone, super high. Right? I actually hit the note and then went too high over it. So what do? We have to fix this problem. We can take a common piece of paper and ask the students to carefully take that paper and slide it between the mouthpiece facing and the reed, like this. Push it down until it's snug, and have the students put their thumb and mark that spot on the reed. Slide out the paper, and that is where their bottom lip, their firm bottom lip, should go on their reed. That shows how much mouthpiece should go in the mouth. If that position is accurate, then the note should come out if the air is fast and the lips are firm. But sometimes they'll play the note and it can start to dissipate away, and then that's a big problem. Which is another common problem. Our goal now is to try to maintain the correct amount of mouthpiece into the student's mouth. This is where the thumbs start to come into play, right? Specifically the bottom thumb, right? The bottom thumb is not just there to hold the clarinet so it doesn't hit the ground. Of course, logically, if you take it away and you play a G, an open G, it's going to drop to the floor, right? But actually what you do is you push slightly up with that thumb to make sure that it's in your mouth and stays in your mouth and gets a snug fit. Again, this is assuming that the firm lips are already in place. So I will show and demonstrate that it starts to slide out, and then I will use my thumb to slide back in. One more time. I start out low and use my thumb to push up. I hope you can actually see the clarinet going in and out and showing that it's very important to keep the correct position while playing any range on the clarinet. Our third point and final point is about the lip pressure and how to manipulate, change your bottom jaw slightly when you have to play the higher range. Assuming up to this point in this tutorial, we thought that the student had firm lips, but now that's not the case. They may have lips that are saggy, soft, not strong at all. What do? Push more air, push more. No, that's not going to work now. Can't do that, right? The other steps don't even matter. Push up with your thumb. Yeah, that's a cool, yeah, do that. No, that's not going to work. They have to make sure that they have the correct amount of pressure. Okay, make your lips tighter. Then they're just going to bite. And then that's it. It's over, right? Then you're going to get a squeezing sound. The clarinet's going to squeak, and it's all downhill from there, right? So this is what you do. So you ask the students to take their arm, put it out, and use your fingers to act as your lips, all right? So you go over, grip their wrist, and show them exactly how much pressure should be around the mouthpiece. Not too tight, not too loose, but firm. Now, here's a hard part, okay? You have to play the clarinet, maybe an A or B, probably an A. That would be good. Enough fingers down so the clarinet doesn't fall. But with the other hand, you have to show them the pressure on their wrist. It's very tough to do. They can actually feel it while you're playing. I'm going to change the focus note of C up to an F, still emphasizing the firm embouchure. But now we're going to pay attention to the jaw and what to do with the lips in the jaw when playing a high F. So we play the high F. There's the high F, right? And let's say the high F doesn't come out. There's that undertone again. It happens. Students frustrated. This is what you can do. Before playing the F, have the student form their embouchure, put the clarinet in their mouth, and open their teeth and jaw just a little bit by dropping down, like this. You drop down a little bit and push forward. Down, forward. A little. Too much, and you will get something like this. I open the teeth way too wide, and there's no pressure on the reed, so it's not going to vibrate correctly. So drop down the jaw, having firm lips and a flat chin, and push forward. And it should come out. So that's it for this clarinet tutorial. If you use those 3 steps mentioned before, fast air, correct position on the mouthpiece with the lips, and use firm lips, then you should eliminate the undertone or grunt on the upper range of this clarinet. Well, not this clarinet, but any clarinet. My name is Christopher Orlusky, and thank you for watching.